All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here, bringing your daily horoscope for Saturday, the 26th of September, 2020. We've got the moon moving into the sign of Aquarius, and the sun in the sign of Libra. We're forming a nice trine between the moon and the sun today. Okay, it's going to happen early in the morning. I'm going to show you that in a second here, but I want to show you something else that's going on in the chart. It's been happening the past 2 days. All right, now the 26th here is the last day that we're going to have this. Okay, the Star of David going on here. Okay, and I had to pull in Ceres. Okay, Ceres is where we get cereal from. This is the goddess of grains and oats. All right, this is kind of associated with Cancer and a nurturing kind of motherly energy. Okay. So this is a really powerful, this is all about balance. The triangle pointing down, the triangle pointing up, the two triangles coming together. This is about balancing our lives, the above, so below. Okay, so this is, like I said, this has happened Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I should have showed you this earlier. I was out in nature yesterday, so sorry I didn't show you this either way. So we're getting this. This is the tail end of this that we're getting today. It's about balance. I mean, that's what the astrology messages have all been about anyway, is about balance. So, I mean, we're still getting that good energy, Venus trine over here to Mars, Mars retrograde, meaning we're able to put the heavy masculine energy kind of down, the up for combat, ready for battle, ready for war energy. We're putting that to rest, okay? And we're aligning here with Venus, this beautiful feminine energy, our divine feminine, here in the sign of Leo. It's saying, hey, remember our courage, our strength, our power, our passions, all these both aligning with the South Node. This is just a release, okay? So these two coming together, connecting with the South Node, this is about releasing the need to argue, releasing, a thought that I don't fit in, or I'm unwelcomed, or I'm unloved, or unworthy, okay? Because you are loved, you are welcome, you are worthy of so much, right? And Ceres over here in Pisces, which is about, it's retrograde, it's about to jump back here tomorrow, into the sign of Aquarius, but here in Pisces right now, completions and endings and honoring the process of the journey, and being nurturing to ourselves during this process. Over here to balance Mercury, balancing our minds, balancing our communication in the relationship sector of Libra, okay? Bringing balance to ourselves, balance to all of our relationships, romantic partnerships, work partnerships, okay? This is an equal give and flow, and this beautiful nurturing kind of energy, and both of those pointing here to the North Node, seeking our own path, seeking our own truth. All right, now let me pull in the rest of this stuff here for you. Bear with me, give me one moment. Goodbye, Ceres. Let's pull in the sun, the moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Chiron. What else do we want in here? It's a grab bag of planets. Let's bring Eris back, and we'll bring Lilith back too. Where are you? There you is. There you is. All right. Boom. Messy. All right. Now 9 a.m. I've got the chart pulled up to 9 a.m. and this is where we're going to have the moon and the sun trine together. Okay. Now on the side of all of this balance, this is light energy. Okay. We have the moon, we have Mercury, and the sun all in air signs. North Node in air sign. Okay. Now Mercury, this is Mercury's last day in an air sign. And at 4 a.m. on Sunday morning, 4 a.m. my time, Mercury is going to move into Scorpio. Okay, so it's going to get much heavier, deep communication, these deep feelings, but we're not there yet. So this Saturday, we get to enjoy this light energy, okay, before the heavy energy kind of gets in there. And Mercury will retrograde in Scorpio and come back to the same place in Libra, okay? So what's happening now is we're going to revisit this energy in a month, okay? So paying attention to these this past week is the beginning of Mercury's shadow. Okay, so it's going to retrograde in Scorpio, come all the way back to 24 degrees, 25 degrees of Libra, okay, to complete its retrograde cycle. So again, we're not there yet, but it's recognizing this energy right now that we're going to revisit the same energy in a month, although it's going to be different. The sun will be in the sign of Scorpio and other things are going to be shifting and moving along. Venus will be in Libra at that point, or in Virgo, excuse me. Anyway, so it's our communication, the communication that's coming up right now. Paying attention to this communication, as these are going to be similar things that we revisit again in about 4 weeks down the road, give or take 4 or 5 weeks. Okay. So we want to bring this balance. We want to bring this light-hearted energy, which is really fun. There's the thing about like Libras, like the grass is green on both sides. We stand on both sides of the fence and we see that it's good over here and it's good over here. The left has ups and downs, rights and wrongs. The right has ups and downs, rights and wrongs. Both sides. There's truths to both sides. There's lies to both sides. So what does the Libra energy do? Nah. I don't want to make a decision. I don't want to choose a side. What happens if I choose this side and this side steers me wrong in the future? I don't want to make that decision. What if I choose the right? I'm not talking politics. I'm just saying, going this way or that way. The fork in the road, right? I don't want to make a decision. I don't know which way to go. Mars is retrograde right now. My planet of passion and drive that's pulling me along in this direction is asleep. So where do I go when I want some direction? Well, we got to focus on the moon and the sun today. So the moon over there in futuristic, technologically driven sign of Aquarius. Okay? This is thinking about the future. Maybe we don't know all the answers right now. We don't know if the path on the left or the path on the right is going to be the right decision. But we have the North Node down in Gemini that's saying we must make decisions. We must follow our own path. We have Venus and Leo saying, follow your heart, child. Follow your heart, right? This heart that can expand and expand and expand. There's no limit to our love. There's no limit to our compassion, no limit to our passion, no limit to our drive, right? We desire something. Okay, so we don't have to have the Mars in forward motion to act. We don't have to have Mercury or the Sun in hard decision-making signs in order for us to make forward moves in our lives. If emotionally we're driven, if we're focused on the future, well, we know what we don't want, maybe, then this allows us to open up to know what we do want. So we don't have to say, okay, I'm going down here, I'm going down here. And again, but if we're making the steps towards our path, towards our future, it doesn't matter if we go left or right. We're going to make the right decision ultimately because it's something we're going to learn from, something we're going to grow from, something we're going to experience and expand from. And if it's, hey, this didn't end up working out the way I anticipated or the way I wanted, well, now we know. We know through our own personal experience. And that's the beauty of the North Node down in Gemini right now. We know from our personal experience. I went left and I realized maybe I shouldn't have gone right. Maybe I had to go left. And I realized that left wasn't the place for me. These weren't the folks for me. This wasn't the thing for me. Or maybe it was. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. It's all going to work out exactly how it's supposed to. So if we're feeling like, we don't want to make all these decisions right now. I don't want to make these decisions. I mean, look at this freaking chart, man. If I were to break all of this down, we'd be here for hours. But we do have, this sun septile to Jupiter. Jupiter, septile to the North Node. All right. We're as long as we're following our heart and we're bringing balance into our lives, and that's the most important thing, my friends, is this balance. In the future, we know we have to have balance in our lives, balance in our relationships. Okay, this whole month is going to be based on relationships, partnerships, love, romance. Okay, it's about us working with the other, teaming up, partnering up, right? And we have to have an equal give and flow, an equal give and take in all of our relationships, balance of communication, balancing our emotions. We both have to be, whatever the parties, doesn't matter again if it's romance or business or whatever, we both emotionally have to have our sights set on the future and the possibilities, the outcome, the potential unknown of what could happen. We don't know how good life can get. And with the Sun and Venus creating, Sun and North Node creating these aspects, these fate and destined connections up here to Jupiter, which is saying expand. And something I want to tap onto yesterday, as we're showing this big, beautiful lake. right? It's the motion moves slow. The water moves slow. The earth is the slowest to move, okay? Which is why Uranus and Taurus is very intense over the next couple of years, while all this Capricorn energy is very, very intense, all this pressure, right? It takes a long time for the earth stuff to change. And we have a lot of forces going on right now commanding the earth sign energy to change, to transform, to mold, to be adaptable, okay? And we know the moon controls the wind, all right, and the rise and fall, the winds. Okay, so the winds are going to come and they're going to push that, the breeze across the surface of the water. This is our emotions, all right, and our emotions are going to move. They're going to move us. Even if we're acting or not acting, our emotions are moving us. It is the wind in our sails that moves us, okay? And with that energy in motion, emotion, energy in motion, it's going to slowly corrode away the hard earth ground, okay, and ultimately expanding our pot to make it larger, ultimately expanding the capacity for how much water that lake can hold, expanding our hearts, expanding our minds, okay, with how much we can hold, how much love we can hold, how much whatever it may be we can fit into this. We're overflowing, So it's just like we have this slow-moving earth energy and there's this watery, emotional moon saying and Aquarius is the water in the air that allows electricity to flow. I love that. The water in the air that allows electricity to flow. So it's those connecting the dots of everything and allowing the spark of life to happen. And that happens with spontaneity. That happens with us seeking out and not saying, I don't know if I should go left or right, so I'm not going to make any decisions at all. And I'm going to stand here on the side of the road and I'm not going to cross, I'm not going to cross the street. There's no cars coming. The sign doesn't say walk or not walk, but I just, I don't know. It's just saying, hey, follow your intuition, follow your gut. And with this, this is a lot of air energy right now for us. We've been consumed with fire and earth energy this year. I mean, just so much earth energy, truly. So it's just like this very free, flying like the bird, communicating very freely, very openly, and emotionally, our eyes are set on the future, okay? And this is that light, and it's communicative, and it's social. This is social energy here in the 11th house, all right? So it's a great weekend to getting together with the friends. Summer's over, autumn is here, but we got beautiful weather going on, all right? Be social, hanging out with people, learning, expanding our hearts, expanding our minds, expanding. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.